Guys, welcome back. If you've ever wanted a Swiss chronograph that looks like it belongs in a motorsports pit lane, but without spending thousands of dollars, this might be one of the most underrated watches you can buy right now. Today, we're taking a real look at the Tissot Supersport Chronograph. I'm going to break it down what it is, who it's for, and whether it actually deserves a spot in your collection. Presence. This is a 42mm stainless steel case and it wears like a true sports watch. It's not trying to be subtle. The dial is bold and the pushers are pronounced. And the overall design feels aggressive without crossing over design territory. The black dial, especially with the red chronograph accents, give it that racing energy. It feels modern, it feels sporty, and on your wrist it has weight in a good way. You know you're wearing a watch. Now before we go deeper into this piece, let's talk about the brand behind it. Tissot was founded in 1853 in Le Loche, Switzerland. That's over 170 years of continuous Swiss watchmaking. Today they're part of the Swatch Group, which also owns brands like Omega and Longines. So you're not dealing with a micro brand or a fashion label. You're dealing with real Swiss heritage. And I think that's important, right? Because this watch sits in a very interesting space. It's not entry-level fashion. And it's not luxury pricing either. It lives right in that middle ground. Now let's get into the technical breakdown. The case is stainless steel, measuring 42mm across. Thickness sits just under 12mm, so it doesn't feel overly bulky. Lug to lug is very wearable, even on a medium wrist. Up front, you get sapphire crystal. That's a big plus at this price point. Sapphire is scratch resistant and something I always look for when spending over a few $100s. Water resistance is rated at 100 meters, so while this isn't a dive watch, it can absolutely handle daily life. Rain, hand washing, even swimming if you really wanted to. The bezel features a tachometer scale which ties back into that racing motorsports inspiration. Whether you actually use it to measure speed is another story, but visually it completes the chronograph look. Inside you have a Swiss quartz chronograph movement. Now let's address that honestly. This is not an automatic watch. If you're someone who only wants mechanical movements, that might be a deal breaker. But quartz has its advantages. It's extremely accurate, it's low maintenance, it's a grab and go. You don't have to wind it, you don't have to reset it if it sits for a few days. For a daily sports watch, that's practicality. Actually makes a lot of sense. The chronograph pushers have a solid click to them. The sub dials are well balanced and the date window is positioned cleanly without disturbing the dial too much. On wrist, it feels versatile. You can wear this with a polo, you can wear it casually. It even works in an office environment if you lean sporty. It's not a dress watch, but it's not trying to be. So, who is this watch really for? I see this as a strong choice for someone stepping into Swiss watches for the first time. Maybe you've owned fashion brands, maybe you've had entry-level pieces, and now you want something with real heritage behind it. Or maybe you just want a solid, reliable chronograph from a brand that's been around since 1853. Let's talk value. Retail typically sits in the mid 400s, but these can often be found discounted, and at that price, you're getting sapphire crystals, Swiss branding, solid build quality, and strong wrist presence. That's respectable. Now, no watch is perfect. So, here are the pros and cons. The pros: Swiss heritage, sapphire crystal, sporty, confident design. It's a reliable quartz movement, strong everyday versatility. Cons: it's quartz, so mechanical purists, they may pass. 42mm might feel large for smaller wrists. Resale won't compete with higher end mechanical pieces. But here's the thing. This watch isn't trying to compete with luxury chronographs. It's trying to offer a realistic entry into Swiss sports watches without crossing into that four-figure territory. And in that lane, it does a really solid job. For me, this is one of those watches that bridges the gap. It makes you feel like you've stepped into real watch territory without emptying your wallet. If you're building a collection, this fits as a dependable daily sports piece. If you're starting out, this could absolutely be your first serious Swiss watch. And that's why I think the Tissot Supersport Chronograph deserves more attention than it gets. If you're into watches that balance heritage, value, and real-world wearability, hit subscribe. We're building something serious here, one watch at a time. I'll see you on the next one, and thank you.